Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And right now, a lot of investors may be in the valley of disappointment, where expectations don't meet reality, because a lot of investors were expecting today and the last few days of the market to be roaring green, as there is an expectation that the last few days of the stock market in a year is going to experience what is called the Santa Claus rally. And this is typically the period that encompasses the final 5 trading days of December and the first trading days of the new year. But overall, the market was pretty red today, seeing most plays down. And that also includes Truth Social. And so what is the truth when it comes to DJT shares? Do they still have a chance to rise, or is it still going to be this low come the inauguration? As always, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So today, Trump media was down 5%, dropping from around $35.91 down to $34.12. But what I think is really exciting is when we look at the year-to-date chart, the trailing 12-month, we could see that the stock is moving above the 50-day moving average, and the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average just crossed. We're currently trading in this sideways channel, and all it's going to really take is one big piece of news or catalyst to really push this stock to the upside. And despite the movements looking scary the last week for DJT, we really haven't seen it break out of this channel. And as you can see, it continues to move above the 50-day moving average, and it's very positive that we're right at the 200-day moving average, meaning that we're at a pretty major support. And now would be the time that I encourage any investors who haven't already invested into DJT to do so now, as this may be the last opportunity to get in at a really good price. Recently, there was some news with DJT that might have put some fear, uncertainty, and doubt into investors, and that was that Trump moved his shares of DJT into a revocable trust. And so for those who have been watching my videos for a while, you may have remembered how I said Donald J. Trump holds about 57% of DJT and he's not looking to sell. Basically that he had diamond hands. And this news doesn't necessarily change that, as the shares are still going to remain within the family. Because with this revocable trust, it's a member in the family who's the main trustee of the trust and has sole voting and investment power over all securities it owns. And this just gets me even more bullish on this play, as those 57% of shares that DJT holds still stays within the family, and I don't see the family having any intention to sell anytime soon. And so this could be seen multiple ways. Number one, he is passing this on to his family because this is a true great wealth opportunity, and Truth Social and the platform, all the streaming platforms, all that should only grow over the years, making the shares more valuable over time. And Donald Trump is a very wealthy man, and so is his family, so there's really no need to sell in the near future. And so legally, as president, he could hold DJT, but you know when your name is Trump, everybody is so happy, and these last couple years, we have seen everything that the media tries to do to destroy Trump. And so I think this was a very smart move by Trump, as it could be seen as a conflict of interest for the president to be holding a stock under his name and be holding a media company stock. And so by doing this, he has taken his name away from the shares, and he is avoiding any future possible litigation or accusations made against him. And when we talk about truth, Trump also recently won a defamation lawsuit against ABC worth $15 million. And this isn't the first time we've seen these massive media companies be sued and have to pay out money for defaming individuals. And so for those that don't know about Truth Social, it is not just a platform like X/Twitter, but they are also on all streaming platforms. And so Truth Social is a place not just for Trump fanatics, but also for those seeking the truth. For anybody who was watching this stock around the election, we did see a lot of halting and manipulation, and we would see where nobody could actually buy the stock for multiple minutes at a time. And this stock was being halted more times than I could even count. And Trump actually lashed out at the NASDAQ over this, saying that it was hurting Truth Social. And so right now, even though we're not seeing a lot of halting, there could be a lot of shorting going on in the dark pools of the market. And with high frequency trading, we could see a lot of selling pressure from bots to keep the price down. And we're also having the horrible Gary Gensler stepping down come January 20th on Inauguration Day. And if you know anything about Gary Gensler, he has done a lot of things in the markets since he has been the SEC chairman that many have frowned upon. And with Gary Gensler as chair, we have seen mergers not happen. We have also seen other plays under lawsuits. But Trump is prepared for Gary Gensler to leave and probably very happy, as he selected Paul Atkins as the new Security and Exchange Commission chair. And if you know about Paul Atkins, he's very much more of a free market libertarian, and he is very pro-crypto. Which brings me to this past article that I consider is pretty big news, and that is that Trump has been in talks to buy the crypto firm Bakkt. And so this comes from about a month ago, and no deal has went through yet, but when it does go through, we could really see DJT explode, as Bakkt went up over 100% just on the news alone last month. And if this deal does go through, and with everything else in place, this could really be the mass adoption into cryptocurrency. And so despite the markets seeing some red these last couple weeks because of the negative news from the Federal Reserve, overall, when we really zoom out and look at the last couple months, we have been on a bullish trend. You could see that there are a lot of green flags and a lot of reasons to be invested right now. And another thing to think about when looking at stocks is momentum and upcoming events. And again, with the inauguration coming up so soon, less than just a month away, we could see a massive gap on this stock at any time, especially if a big deal goes through with the cryptocurrency exchange Bakkt or anything else. But I doubt that those will happen before the inauguration, as I'm waiting for Trump to get into office and then for DJT to make any big announcements with the new SEC chairman, Paul Atkins. And let's also remember that Truth Social holds a lot of cash on hand, over $600 million cash on hand. So this could either go for the crypto exchange Bakkt or some other big deals that they may be looking at. And so I'm super bullish on DJT, and I'm very excited to announce that I'm actually going to be at the inauguration come January 20th. And so I'm going to be out there from the 17th to the 21st. I'm going to make a nice inauguration day vlog. So if you guys are interested in seeing what should be a really exciting and entertaining vlog, that's going to be coming right around the inauguration. And I'm going to be doing it in support of Donald J. Trump and also the stock DJT. And so I'm loaded up on DJT. I have been since September, but I'm actually shocked that the stock is still this low, especially when the market has been really pumping green since the announcement that Trump has become president. And so by January 20th, I expect the stock to be a lot higher than it is now, and I'm actually surprised that it hasn't pushed higher to this point. But when there's a lot of shorting, a lot of halting, a lot of manipulation going on, things like that could really keep a play down. And even though today was pretty negative in the markets, this doesn't have to be the end of the Santa Claus rally, as it goes into the first couple trading days of the new year. And so the announcement of Trump becoming president has really set the markets to be overall green, and the only thing that has slowed it down is the Federal Reserve. So most stocks have gapped up since Trump was announced president, but DJT itself hasn't really seen any momentum. But as soon as we see that first big green tick towards the upside, I think we're going to see a lot of fear of missing out from investors' FOMO, and I think a lot are going to be hopping into this play. And so I'd be curious to hear what you guys have to say about DJT, if you're bullish on it, if you're bearish, what you see in the next month. So please drop your comment down in the section below. Please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel. And remember, I will be at the inauguration coming up this next month. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see some decent entertainment, I'll be there next month in DC. So thank you guys so much and have a great day.